Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit all over the place because right now I'm actually at the beach in Bali in Uluwatu. Let me show you guys before I get started. I'm just showing the beach. So I have a really important message to share with you, and while I edit the video, I'm gonna play with the audio to make sure the audio is as best as it can be because, like I said, I'm at the beach in Uluwatu, and this is huge inner work for me because literally just now I was like, I have something to share, but I'm not at home. I'm not at my villa. There's all these people around me. I'm at the beach. I can't just pull out my camera and start a YouTube video and share the message. I surely have to wait until I'm home. But then I'm like, I literally do that so many times and then I lose the message and then I like don't know what to say. So, you know what? This is me doing something different and just pulling out my camera when I have something to share, not caring what other people have to think because obviously I'm in public. So it's we're doing inner work together. Like I'm doing inner work on camera with you guys because I definitely have to share a very deeper message. And so the fact that there's people who could hear what I'm saying, but then it's like I'm also posting this on YouTube. So it's like weird because it's like I'm posting this on YouTube for possibly millions of people to see. And then at the beach, there's maybe a couple hundred people here. And I'm like, oh my God. So it literally doesn't make sense. But so I was literally thinking to myself how everything in my life I've done really scared. And I want to share this message with you guys because I think a lot of people think that fear is like a stop sign. Like I feel like including myself, I've done this obviously, but a lot of people allow fear to control their life. A lot of people allow fear to stop them from doing the next thing because they feel like they're not ready, but you can do things fearfully. And I was just thinking because I've been talking a lot about marriage and dating because the women that I'm with on this trip, they are all single. I'm the only married one and they're asking me all these questions about like how did you meet your husband, like how did you do all the inner work, because I was somebody before who had a lot of like issues with like men. They were my own issues. Like men I think didn't have a problem with me, it was just like me and my own mind healing that I had to do. But because of, you know, circumstances in my childhood. Not that I had a bad childhood at all. I actually had a very, very, very good childhood, but I didn't trust men and I didn't have the best relationship with men because I had a lot of healing to do with my own father and the men in my life. And that is actually another video that I want to make. It could be a part of this video if it flows, but I definitely want to make a dedicated video on how I healed my like daddy wounds because the women that I'm with on this trip, we've been talking a lot about like daddy wounds and like healing and like all that stuff. So yeah, the thing is like I was also afraid of like intimacy and also afraid of like dating and like being with people. And the funny thing is like I still have a lot of those fears even though I am married. Like I still have fear of like rejection, fear of intimacy, fear, like it still comes up. Like it's not completely turned off because I'm married now and it's kind of like money too. It's like when I started making money, I thought that oh, like all the fear about money will go away. Like I'll feel abundant. But honestly, there's been so many times in my business where I'm making money, like I have like $1,000 sales day, and then I still feel like it's not enough. I still feel like it's scarcity. I still feel like panic, you know? So you don't have to pause your life. Like I didn't 100% get rid, like I did a lot of healing work, don't get me wrong, like a lot. Like I cleared out a lot before I got married, but there's also still things there that need cleaning, you know? And I didn't wait until those things happen. So my point is that sometimes we think that we have to be ready to do the thing, but sometimes doing the thing is what makes us ready. So me being married to my husband has unlocked so much inner work that wasn't there when I wasn't with him. Like before, I'm getting there's a fly on me. Like before I was with him and I was single, I thought I did all the freaking inner work around relationships, around men, around intimacy, around like all. I thought I was golden, and then I got with him, and I was like, oh, there's still a lot there. But it wouldn't have showed up if he wasn't in the picture. So sometimes, like You just have to do the thing, and doing the thing is what gets you ready. Like waiting, planning, like sometimes, like, you know what I think sometimes is like, because I'm like so spiritual, so into personal development, and I'm surrounded by women who are the same. Like, I'm surrounded by badass women who are ambitious, who are go getters, who do things, who are not like typical people, right? And because we spend so much time healing, we spend so much time reading the books, doing mentorships, like all this stuff, we forget to play the game of life. So if you're spending a lot of your time like in your room, you know, listening to content like this, reading the next personal development book, um, doing the next thing, but you're not doing the actual thing, that could also be a problem. Not that those things don't matter and you shouldn't be doing those things. Like, I love personal development books. I love investing in mentorships. I love affirmations. I love journaling. I love all of these inner work, personal development things that we do. And it's also important to live your life. And it's also important that if you're dating, go on dates. Like, go talk to people. If you're, trying to make more money, I remember when I was first trying to start my business, I would just consume a bunch of how to make money online content. Like, that's all I would do all day. And I thought that was productive. I thought that, oh, I'm doing something productive. I'm watching videos on how to, make the website or how to do the marketing thing, but I wasn't actually doing it. And so it was tricking my mind into thinking that I was doing something productive. And at some point that was productive, but then there comes a point where it's not productive anymore and you just have to do the thing. And sometimes you're so scared to do the thing, you're so scared to take the leap that you stay comfortable in consuming content and planning in the before, and you don't take the leap to just do it. So my message that I want to share with you guys is just do it. Like, whatever you're afraid to do, see fear as an invitation to do it. Instead of it being like a, well, I can't do that. No, see it as a, okay, fear showing up. Good. That means I'm ready. Fear means you're ready. Fear means that it is an invitation for you to take the action and take the leap. And this has come up so much on this trip because now my cousin is here. So I've been in Bali for the past few weeks. As you guys may, or if you've been following me, you already know that. I've been traveling across Asia with my best friend. We went to Japan for a few weeks. Now we're in Bali, and I'm gonna be in Bali for probably another like 2 weeks, maybe. And then I'm going to Singapore, and then I'm going to Europe. So I'm so excited. Plans are shifting a little bit because now my cousin wants to go to Singapore. So honestly, like, I have no idea like the like plan, but I just know like we're traveling, basically. We're traveling. And yeah, so it's come up so much on this trip because my cousin, she is with me here now. She just came a few days ago. She's just spending like a week here. And it was a big leap for her. And I'm like so surprised because I'm somebody who just travels. And it's so funny because I feel like the things that I think are like normal or like not a big deal, I guess for some people is like a huge deal, and vice versa. Like, some things that I think are a huge deal, some people are like, oh, that's like so average or normal to me. So she was talking about how like she booking this flight was like a huge inner work identity jump. It was fear. She thought she was going to die on the plane, that she thought the plane was going to crash in the ocean. All this fear came up for her, and she's here, and she did it anyway. And I'm so proud of her. And a lot of fear has been coming up with me. So I'm telling them the story about. Now I'm going to get into the story of how I told you guys in one of my previous videos that I want to launch travel group trips, but I'm afraid that nobody's going to join. So I think I briefly mentioned that, but I didn't like go deep into it. So I was at brunch with my cousin just now, and we just came to the beach in Bali, and I told her, and only like three people know her, God, and my best friend Suk, and then now you guys. Bye. Um, and so my thing that I've been having on my heart is that I want to launch two things. I want to launch international group trips for women around personal development and growth and inner work. And then I also have been wanting to launch or host a huge international vacation for my family. So let's talk about the family stuff first. So I have been wanting to do this since summer of 2024. So 2 years ago, when I was in Italy with my friend, and I was there, I was in Venice actually, when I called my aunt and I told her, like, I want to launch group trips. Like, I want to launch a trip for our family, more specifically. But all this freaking fear showed up, and I probably shouldn't have called her because she already has all her limiting beliefs. And, like, I don't, and that's why I tell you guys, like, always move in silence and only tell the people you know that you can truly trust, you know, and not that I can't trust people in my family, obviously, but what I'm saying is that people have their own shit. People have their own limiting beliefs, they have their own stories, they have their own thing. And so if you ask them, they're going to mirror their own fear, and they're not going to be able to tell you the truth, and they're not going to be able to receive what God has given you, because God gave you the vision, God gave you the idea. So they're not going to be able to receive that idea because God didn't give it to them. So all they can do is mirror or reflect the fear that's inside of them. And so that's exactly what happened. So I had all this, I told her, and then all this fear came up of like, nobody's going to be able to take off work. Nobody's going to be able to afford it. It's going to be expensive for them because my family's not rich. Nobody's going to come. There's going to be drama because with my family, you know, I think every family has drama. So I'm like, there's going to be drama. It's going to be chaos. Everyone's going to be broke. Like, no one's going to, people, basically, I thought people were going to be like, you're funny, Charisma. You can do that. But we're normal. We live normal lives. We make normal salaries. We can't do that. And so that was the fear of like having the audacity to ask them if they can join me on an international trip that was, in my mind, I was thinking that they would think that it's expensive, but I don't really know what people can afford. Like, I'm not in people's bank accounts. I'm not in their financial statements. Like, I don't, like, honestly, like, there's a lot of people in my family who do really well. You know, like, I don't know I'm just making that assumption. So I made all these assumptions, fear came up, and then I didn't do it. And now the desire has been getting stronger and stronger that I need to launch these trips, that I want to launch the family trip, and then I want to launch um the like actual, like, for the girl, like for people who are like watching this kind of content, like international women. I don't want to call it a retreat. I want to call it like for personal growth, personal development. You know, like, I don't want it to be like we're just going to be sitting on the beach relaxing all day. Like, I want it to be about like inner work, manifesting your next level, your identity work, like all that. So my cousin literally told me today, I was like, so much fear came up. So that was the fear for the family. The fear for you guys, like people on, like, it would be people from social media. Like, I would love to host 10 to 12 women across the world every quarter, and we go to a different destination and we just do inner work together, and we like are manifesting our next level, and we just do all that stuff, right? And the wellness part is like we can sit on the beach, like that could be a part of it. But I think you guys see what I mean. And so what came up was I used this journal prompt that is so life changing. And if you made it this far, you're so lucky, because the journal prompt that I came up with, what I realized is that what keeps people stagnant and living the same life over and over again is their fear. That's it. It's people's fear. People are afraid. They're afraid of change. They're afraid of judgment. They're afraid it won't work out. They're afraid people will laugh at them. They're afraid they're going to go broke doing it. They're afraid that people won't love them. Like, there's so much fear that comes up. Like, even coming to Bali, there's people who were on the plane like, are we going to crash? Are we going to crash in the ocean? You know, like, fear. It's fear that keeps people from going bigger. And so my journal prompt for the girls trip was, I want to blank, but I'm afraid that blank. So you can do this for your own life. You can say, I want to blank, but I'm afraid that blank. And so my prompt for the girls trip was, I want to host international girls trips, but I'm afraid that nobody will show up. Nobody will sign up. So that's my fear. I'm just putting it out there, and I'm going to document the journey. And so I was telling my cousin this, and she's like, oh, so you're basically afraid that your feelings are going to get hurt. And I was like, because she said, what's the worst that can happen? She's like, okay, you launch this girls trip. You promote it on social media. You make the website, you do everything, and then nobody signs up. Okay, so what happens there? The worst thing that can happen in that scenario is that your feelings get hurt. And I looked at her and I was like, whoa, girl, like, this is crazy. So basically, the entire fear was looking stupid in front of people. Basically, my feelings getting hurt, feeling rejected. It's like the fear of rejection, the fear of failing in public. Like if I have to launch it and then it doesn't happen and then people seeing that. So it's like the fear of rejection, nobody showing up, the fear of failing in public. That's the fear that came out. Like that's why I won't launch it. That's why I won't launch it. And so I also thought to myself, like, Charisma, like, why don't you just, I just ate, by the way. Because I was like, why don't you just launch it sooner than later? Because ideally, I'd have this girls trip, the first one around my birthday, because I really wanted to host like, I don't know, I just see it as in my birthday, and then after that, I want to do it like I can do it once a quarter, I can do it every other month. Like I'm down to do it every month, girl. Like this is something that I really want to do. Um, so yeah, yeah, like so when she told me that, I was just like, that is insane. Like I'm afraid of getting my feelings hurt. You know, I'm afraid of people rejecting me. I'm afraid of people like failing in front of people. I'm afraid of my feelings getting hurt, you know? And that made me so happy because it was like this big block. And it was like me delaying something that I wanted to do. The wind is blowing. I was delaying a dream for years because of one tiny block that I just removed today. So basically, the point of me, like the moral of the story is I'm doing it. I'm going to first start with my family trip because that's going to be 2027. And I want to give them enough time to get their finances in order. Like people, they're going to have a whole year. So my family group trip is going to be August or September of next year, 2027. And then the girls' trip, I need to do that now. So the first girls' trip is going to be around my birthday, January 2027. So that still gives people a good like 5, 6 months, like 5 months if I launch it, because 6 months would be June because my half birthday. Yeah. So if I launch it basically August 1st, that'll give them a good like 5-ish months or something like that for January. Um, and yeah, and my cousin really helped me with that, and she basically just told me how don't like. That's why like it's so important to be surrounded by the right people because she's like, don't worry about. And she's the same way. Like we're doing the inner work together. She's like, yeah, don't worry about like it's none of your business what people can afford. People who want to make it are gonna make it, whether it's the family or the girls trip. Like yeah, so basically, I'm going to share with you guys once I launch it. I'm going to be taking you guys through the journey. Like I said, this is still so scary for me. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, it might look easy because it's like, oh, she's just on the beach in Bali. Let me like show you guys, like, I don't know if you can see it, but she's like on the beach in Bali, like with her phone. But like, it takes so much courage. It takes so much inner work to get here. And that's what me and my best friend were also talking about, like, 2 weeks ago, is like, people see our life on social media, me and her, and they're like, "Oh, these girls have it so easy." Like, but when you have done so, like, basically, the life looks easy because we're doing the hard work inside. When you do the hard work internally, the external becomes really soft. That's what I've realized. That's kind of like why it like looks like, and it is like my life is great, but it also took an immense amount of overcoming and becoming to get here. A lot of breaking bad habits, identity shifts, mindset, like recoding your beliefs. Like it does take a lot internally, and I feel like that's what most people struggle with. Is I think we believe that it's an external world because that's our experience, but it's really an internal world. Like our world is really shaped by our internal landscape, our inside, and what's going on inside our mind, our body. That's what I've learned. So I think that's all I wanted to share. So I don't know when those two things are going to be launched, but sooner rather than later, I'm going to share with you guys like the process of me launching the family group trip and the girls trip. So yeah, I'm super scared. Like I'm terrified. Like I said, I'm terrified nobody's gonna show up. I'm terrified people are gonna laugh at me if I fail, and I might. But you know what? I failed before, and like it's okay. Like I didn't die. So yeah. I think that's all I wanted to share today, at least in this video. I love you guys so much. Thank you again for holding space for me. You guys have been so sweet in the comments. And I just pray that this audio isn't terrible because, like I said, I'm at the beach and I'm trying to use the headphone thingy as best as I can. So I hope the audio wasn't too terrible. But anyway, I will see you guys in my next video and take care. Bye.